Come here, come here, come here, come here. Just sit down. We're in a different spot today, and mostly because I'm moving, and we need to have a serious conversation when it comes to this channel, but not just this channel, but other channels that are like mine as well. So, come here. Let's have a conversation. You who may not know about, is anime something that should never be taken seriously? Is this type of entertainment solely for escapism and brain rot? Is it not supposed to make us think about life, the world around us, or the issues in the world? This is the type of comment I got from someone in my last video, as I talked about 3 ways that Christian anime fans can use anime to connect to the true story of Christianity. And they were upset about it. And it seems like Christians ruin anime by doing this. It's like we're upsetting to people by trying to help people think about the important things of life, the spiritual things of life. Another comment that accompanied it is that anime is just about escapism, for people to forget about this world. And I understand that. And I thought there are a lot of people out on YouTube that are protective over anime, and they don't want religion to have anything to do with it, even though anime has a lot of spiritual and religious themes associated with it that aren't necessarily associated in the West. But I totally understand this. This isn't the first time that I've had a comment like this, that people have thought that I was stretching, talking about anime and pulling it into Christianity and relating it to the gospel. Like, there are a bunch of trolls and people that really do get upset when we do this, or when I do this. I know, like, I've seen a couple other Christian YouTubers, Christian anime YouTubers like Podson and Form Nerd. They've seen like comments under their videos of people just being so upset that we're trying to point people to the hope of the gospel through this anime medium that we all mutually love, right? I don't see anything wrong with us watching these things to enjoy them and relax. It's the reason why things like anime exist, and many other fun and entertaining things like sports and reality TV. It helps us get out of our own world for a moment and just be spectators in other people's worlds without having to participate in them, because this world is hard enough as it is. But I think this view is problematic for a few reasons, but it reminds me of an article I came across with the Ghost in the Shell character designer and director talking about Isekai anime being trendy, saying that he thinks there are too many Isekai anime out right now, and asking the question, do we all really not like the modern world that all of these stories get made, like Mushoku Tensei and anime where someone is reborn as a vending machine? Like, it, first of all, when I saw that title, ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? This isn't a new opinion, as I myself thought about this idea of people using anime as a crutch to escape from the current world. With anime and imagining what their life would be like if they were born in a different world or a different body. Don't get me wrong, there are anime that I watch that makes me wish that I lived in that world. Like, when you finish an anime, it feels like there's something missing after you spend time investing in the plot, the characters, the feeling of your favorite MC finally overcoming a strong opponent, or feeling like they belong to a community. But I think we have to ask the question, is anime just for escaping the world? Like, I get it, our world is hard, our world is cruel and unjust sometimes, our jobs are hard, and we're all just trying to survive out here as the cost of living is going crazy and it's harder to live, and sometimes after a long day of work, we just want to kick back and relax and watch our favorite anime and escape without really thinking about anything else. But the question I want to ask is it healthy? Or even the right thing to do? I think anime can serve a multifaceted purpose with not just entertainment, but it really does help us think about a myriad of different things in our life. It's the reason why anime commentary channels exist. It's because with different shows, there's different things to glean from those shows, and that we can learn from them and relate to them. And one of the most effective ways of learning and growth is people using stories. And it's why anime can be so captivating, and I think it's the reason why it's taken over the West and mainstream media, the amount of life lessons you learn are significant. There are themes of love, life, courage, character development, sadness. You see the brokenness of the world, and you watch your favorite characters overcome that brokenness. You're taught to work hard, and that if you work hard, you'll accomplish things. Anything isn't too hard, even if those around you doubt. Yo, there's some weird ads that come on YouTube. Like, this is like crazy. I'm just trying to give y'all aesthetic while moving, and like this body deodorant with the woman with the horse. Whatever. As people and YouTubers and creators that are trying to pave the way, and I realized this like up the other day, that there's a handful of us, right, that are like, we're trying to pave the way for future creators, content creators in the Christian space, Christian anti-tubers, whatever you want to call them, to pave the way for them to be able to see the hope of the gospel in anime. The question I want to ask for anyone that comes in the comments like that aren't Christian, for Reformed Nerd, Podson, Geek Devotions, Beneath the Tangles, and many more Christian nerd channels highlighting the themes we see and pointing people to Christianity, what exactly bothers you about that? And like, that's like a genuine question, because there are tons of channels that watch anime and they give analysis and critique on the shows that they watch, and even how they relate to these different shows and how they interpret the world through that anime. Like, are we not kind of doing the same thing? I think we are, but I think there's a huge difference, right? It's because I think it's because religion is brought into the conversation, or rather, I say Christianity. Yeah, it might be that. I get it. Like, in the West right now, a lot of people are not liking Christianity, but there's also a resurgence of young people, Gen Z people like myself, that are coming to faith in Jesus. So I don't know what necessarily is happening, but I know at least Christianity in the West, especially in America right now, people are not favorable towards it. Anime, right, has different Eastern influences that come with it, that us here in the West, in America, don't mostly pay attention to or try to go deeper into, because we just see great fight scenes or annoying fan service or great animation and great entertainment, and we're not realizing that people that practice these spiritual religious influences that are shown in the show in anime, but people from Japan or anyone that participates in Shintoism or Buddhism will understand the show more deeply compared to someone who's just using anime as escapism or brain rot. My light died, so I gotta get a new one. I think there are trash anime out and trash entertainment in the world that some people just mindlessly watch. I'm that exact same way with football. I literally mindlessly watch it even though I like football, but with a lot of anime, they don't fall into that boat. A lot of anime are supposed to provoke thinking and dialogue and critique, and we can't do that if we are just using it as escapism. I think when manga artists are making their stories, like, they're not, like, I understand, like, they're making it for entertainment, and I think they know that, but they're also putting their worldviews and perspectives and ideas, spirituality, thoughts in their anime. And I think it does a disservice to the manga artist for us not to think deeply about the anime or the shows or the creations that they have. It's the reason why they get into the work in the first place. Like, I think if someone isn't putting their heart and soul into something, and then us as consumers are just like, oh, we just want to escape, and I think you have to think deeper about these things, because the creators of these things are wanting you to think about what's going into their stories. For this channel and many others like it, we choose to take these same themes that we see in the anime, that we see in our favorite anime, and we pull them out. But if that's all I did, I don't think I would be useful to you if you were watching me, but I choose to use these themes to point you to what I believe is the greatest hope in the world, and that's Jesus. Check me out, right? You see a love in anime that you watch, and you want to experience that true love. But I believe that true love was found in Christ, who loved you so much that he died for you. You see brokenness in anime, and you can see brokenness in the world, and you relate to that, and you're tired. Jesus came into the world to renew the world back to God by living the perfect life you and I cannot live, dying the death that you and I deserve, and then rising from the dead. And he promises that one day he is coming back again, and that he will make the world right. In anime, you see that sometimes the main character is outcasted from their town or village because of a perceived perception about them, or something that they did to their family or whatever. And later on, they are accepted by someone or a friend or someone else, another group, unashamedly and unconditionally. You see that they're accepted and loved by a group of people because those people now value them. And you relate in the same way. Like, you feel like you're outcasted, but you found a group or someone that loves you unapologetically, unconditionally, and they want you to be with them, and they value you. Or maybe you haven't found that and you're longing for that. I was reading an article or skimming an article the other day that said that Gen Z, our generation, my generation, is the most connected, but yet we feel the loneliest. Why? Why do we feel the loneliest? I think in anime, it depicts these emotions and loneliness so well. Yet, the hope of the gospel, the hope of Christianity, is that Jesus comes to save us from our loneliness. He comes to embrace us, and he lets us know that, hey, come into my family, come be with me, I'm your friend. Jesus wants to be with us. He wants to be with us in our loneliness. He wants to be with us in our isolation. One of the reasons why I came to faith in Jesus is because I was in a period of my life where I felt lonely and disconnected. I was on a college campus with a bunch of other college students and friends, and yet I still felt lonely. But Jesus met me in my loneliness. He met me in my isolation. Anime can draw these things like crazy. My main goal in this channel, just like my other Christian anime brothers and sisters, is to have people that like anime, that are in the anime community, who might not go to church, but I can show them how their favorite character or show ultimately points to the one who can fill their deepest longings. So if you're someone who comes across my channel and you think I'm ruining anime by bringing my Christian values into them, I'm sorry, but you gonna get some Jesus. And my hope is that you would see him for who he really is and submit to him as God and Lord. Or you could also just not, watch the video. Cool? All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to my rant. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you like and subscribe if this is giving you any type of value whatsoever. Cool? Thanks.